What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Got a very special video for you guys today, and as with me today, I also have a very lovely special guest.
Hello.
The love of my life will be joining me today on today's episode.
I'm Jess, for those of you who don't know
For
me.
those of you who don't know, if you didn't know, now you know. But I got a very special episode for you guys today. Something that's very important to me, something I've been thinking about for a while. Today is going to be an episode where I'm going to talk a little bit about cannabis, and more specifically about I'm going to ask some deeper questions. Well, I'm going to have Jess ask me some deeper questions and interview me today.
Yep.
On cannabis and my experience with it, and how it affects me, and basically what it means to me. And this is a new series that I'm starting off that I want to do, and the purpose of this is to I want to have these conversations and share experiences and get everybody's different experiences with cannabis, and because a lot of people smoke for many different reasons besides just like trying to be cool or I just want to get high.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I love to hear people's experiences and their stories on why they smoke and their different experiences with cannabis. And I also want to just change the stigma behind it and kind of like, just further let people know that there's people out there that have reasons why they consume, and it does something for them besides just like the typical, just makes them high.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's very important. So
For sure. So without further ado, here is why weed.
Why weed? I'm ready.
Okay. So why? No, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. Who are you and where are you from? After he sparks up.
Well, I'm 29 years old. My name is Rell Jordan. I'm born in Columbus, Georgia, raised in Charleston, South Carolina.
Let's go. 843, what's up?
Stand up, stand up.
Okay. When did you start smoking cannabis?
I actually started smoking regularly at 16.
Wow.
Yeah. Started when I was 16. So that's kind of early for some. I mean, kind of late for some as well.
Yeah.
But around 16, I started.
I think we've all at least tried it by 16.
Right.
Not
but
like maybe not like a habitual smoker.
Right.
But
Nah, at 16, it started to do something for me, though.
Yeah.
At 16, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I really fuck with this. Like, this is more than just, like, some play shit. Or
right.
Like, I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't on some, like, dope shit. It was on some, like, this is healing.
Yeah, that felt good. Yeah, I like that. Actually, on my 16th birthday is the first time I got really, like, actually smoked for real and got stoned.
Yeah? You want to tell the story behind that?
Yeah, I actually had, like... I didn't have a party per se, but I had like a small like get together, I guess, at AP's.
I don't remember getting an invite to that.
That's another story for another day. But I just basically, my birthday is during, a really jokey time of year.
Yeah.
So
it's
like
right when you get back from Christmas break, pretty much.
Yeah. So it's not a whole lot going on. The weather's normally bad during that time, but I just had something small, and then basically, long story short, I ended up smoking on my 16th birthday at the, with AP and with a friend of mine at my birthday, get together or whatever, and I was actually going through some shit at the time, like some family shit, and that's how I decided. That I was going to, I'm going to actually get stoned. Because before then, I was just focusing on sports. I wasn't trying to really get high like that unless it was like a party or like the weekend or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So around that time, I was going through some things, and I decided like, yeah, I'm going to try this and see if it can really help me out and do something for me. And it did. And I kind of like, it just tapped into something, on that night on my 16th birthday, and was like, damn, like, gave me a lot of boost of confidence and creativity amongst other things. But yeah, that was the night.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was your experience like at first? You kind of just touched on it, but like.
Yeah, I touched on it a little bit, but my experience at first was I was kind of hesitant to like be like a regular smoker at first because I couldn't really handle it, like to start off with.
Yeah. You were playing sports though.
Yeah, I was playing sports, and that's why like I wasn't really like I had baby lungs at the time, super fresh lungs, like. But
isn't that everybody though that starts off smoking?
Yeah. I was super baby lung, and I thought I was like, okay, I can handle it because I was like in shape or whatever. But I just used to get too high, and then I couldn't do regular things while I was high. Like when I would get high, I had to just like chill out. Like I couldn't play sports or like do like anything, really a whole lot of productive shit.
Yeah.
At first, but eventually tolerance built up, and like I said, it did other things for me. So I was like, yeah, I got to put time, dedicate time to this.
To learning about it and stuff.
Yeah. And let it actually like help me out.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so when and why did you start smoking on a regular basis? Like, what was the catalyst for you to be like, this is it?
What made me start to smoke on a regular?
Like, how did you get over, and like, what made you like get over your baby lungs, as you would say?
Okay, for me, for those of you who don't know, I was quiet. I was when I was younger, I was quiet. I didn't talk a whole lot.
Very shy.
And the weed brought that out of me.
Yeah.
Like, it made me more outgoing. It made me talk more. It made me want to express and do things like this, like what I'm doing right now. Like without weed, I would not be sitting here
in front of a
talking
camera
on this podcast right now.
No.
I wouldn't even think that people would even care to hear my conversations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I would like the creativity that came with it, the confidence that came with it.
Yeah.
Just the kind of like peace and calming that came with it. That's what made me be like, yeah, I think I need this all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Like this is a good feeling.
Yeah, like this helps.
And it's not like cocaine or crack.
Right. This is something that is benefiting me, and my life is not in shambles while I'm doing it.
You started being able to work around doing things while you were high. Yeah.
100%. And that was a fucking done deal from there on. Like, I knew it was for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that was big. I needed to break out of that shell. I needed something to break me out of that quiet, kind of reserved shell and really be myself. And weed helped me do that.
That's good. I mean, it ain't going nowhere. Not for us, at least.
Damn sure ain't.
Okay. When did you realize cannabis was something more than just recreational for you?
I realized it was more than recreational for me. Probably, I'd say maybe a year or so after I started smoking regularly, or I'll just say probably around graduation. I started at 16, graduated at 18, so probably around 18 is when I realized it was more, because I kind of like, fell in love with it. Like it became something that, I mean, I was trapping. It doesn't like, I was selling it. It doesn't sound the greatest, and it's not like something like a brag, but like it was more than that to me. Like, you know what I mean? I felt like I was doing good for people, and I was giving people, essentially medicine, right?
To help.
You know what I mean? Because I would get people that would, get the shit from me, and then they would tell me that this helped them, or maybe it was for their parents, and like, oh, their parent needed it and it helped them or whatever.
Right.
So like that meant more to me than just, nickel and diamond and shit. Like,
I mean, because there are people who trap out there who don't give a fuck about what they're selling.
Right.
And they just sell it for the money, which is, I mean, that's your prerogative, but like, that's not your deal.
Exactly. For me, it meant more. Yeah. And I realized early that it meant more because when I saw it affect other people in the way that it affected me, like in a positive way. Yeah. In a positive way. I mean, that stuck with me. You know what I mean? Like seeing that, the smile on somebody's face, or seeing a older person or something like that, or just somebody in bad health saying it helped them, bad mental health, bad physical health, saying that that helped them out and made them feel better. Yeah. That's what it's about.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. What does cannabis mean to you now? We've lived in the legal part. We've lived in the unlegal.
We have. I think now I would honestly consider cannabis a lifestyle at this point.
Okay.
Um, it's something I am very passionate about. It's something I'm in love with. It's something we use on every day.
Multiple times a day.
Something I would encourage others to use and at least give a try in moderation.
There are different
responsibly.
types as well.
Right.
I'm sure you'll do a video on that eventually.
There's different ways to consume. I'll definitely, give the whole spill and go through that eventually. But now I definitely think it's a lifestyle now. I think about it every day on a bigger scale besides just like, oh, I need to get high today or I need to smoke today. Like different ideas, kind of like the way this video came about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Coming to my head. And it just, I feel like, the fight, people are fighting that fight every day.
Yeah.
In the legal world, in the non-legal world, people are out there, shout out to all my fellow stoners fighting that fight. We're all fighting that fight every day.
Shout out to everybody who is incarcerated for a non-violent cannabis crime.
Hell yeah. They need to free everybody because they're out here making straight bags off of it now.
Millions
so nobody should be locked up anymore.
Of this shit.
But yeah.
Anyway. Okay.
Yep.
So cannabis just means a lot to you because it's gotten you, it's helped you through a lot. It's and it's not like it's a crutch. It's actually like helping mentally, people say all the time how much cannabis helps them. It helps me, with shit that I got going on. You know what I mean? Just like everybody's fighting a fight, like you said. You never know somebody's fighting cannabis. Boy, it helps.
It also it brings everybody together. You know what I mean? What better brings people together besides that? You know what I mean?
Well,
from all different backgrounds.
Fucking alcohol. People love drinking.
But that don't normally end up well whenever alcohol brings people
That's
together.
True. When people be smoking.
The way that cannabis brings people together is in a good way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what is one negative stigma that you'd like to change about cannabis?
One negative stigma. There's a lot, but if I could just have to choose one negative thing that I'd like to change about it, I'd probably say, because the old cliche stoners are lazy thing has obviously been disproven as we see now, because we see athletes and all that kind of people are hard working business people prove that you can be an everyday cannabis consumer and still get your shit done.
Yeah.
So I think I got enough. We got enough people fighting that fight on a daily to fight that one. I think I would like to kill the stigma that. I think I would like to kill the stigma that black people and people of color are not capable or not deserving of an equal playing field when it comes to the legal game and just a spot in this industry.
Yeah.
To be real, that's a lot. As I see, we stayed over there in the legal on the West Coast, and we were in legal states, and I worked in the industry.
It's a different world. If you've never lived in a legal state and you're a stoner, I am sorry for you. Please visit one if anything, because it's a different world.
Yeah, totally different world.
If you grew up and live in a legal state, lucky you.
Yeah. And to see that firsthand, and then to come back here, and we already grew up here, but then to come back here now after being over there, like, we deserve a spot over there. And you know what I mean? Seeing firsthand how much money these companies and these people are really making and banking off of it.
Yeah.
And it's honestly kind of like it's bittersweet to see us the way I seen us in the industry out there. Like, we're such a low percentage of actual ownership in like higher up positions out there that it just kind of sucks because we're just consumers. You know what I mean? So like, I would like to change and put more of us on the other side of that.
So I remember you showing me the other day that that thing from LinkedIn that said that the top 3 people that run the Khalifa Kush company are all white people. Yeah, and I'll probably do a video on that a little bit later too, because there's a big difference in between black owned and black founded, and we see it across the board in all industries, but
specifically in cannabis, a lot of companies out there are quick to say that they are like, they have ethnic programs and they are black owned, or what I mean, like they'll try to pander or just try to lean one way to try to gain a customer base. But I mean, it comes out sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, there's a lot of people out there who are using that to, what I mean, kind of pander a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, there is one company that you really fuck with called Viola. Do you want to like kind of speak on that? I'm sure you'll do a video at some point, but like just kind of like.
Yeah. I mean, shout out Al Harrington, shout out Viola. I mean, there's, that's a quality brand. That's their brand is the representing, everything that, I'm trying to see, everything that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They're empowering black people, working with black people, spreading knowledge amongst our people, making new jobs for people. And I mean, they have great products. Their stuff is fire too.
Yeah. So if you're in any legal states that sell Viola, make sure y'all check it out. Good stuff. We've had it before.
Yeah, definitely rock with them. And there's a lot of brands out there too. Tyson's doing a great job of it. Of course, Burner and Cookies. Currency and the Andretti OG. The Andretti Cannabis Co. I mean, there's a couple coming up, but I just would like to see more. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of money out there in it, and there's a lot of possibility of, most of us smoke. You know what I mean? Especially amongst the culture, we make this shit. A lot of this shit turn. You know what I mean? A lot of these strains and the za and fucking runts and shit. Like we make this shit pop. So
So, I've seen you. Well, not you. I've seen before on social media about like cannabis moms, and like most of the time that's geared towards white women who smoke cannabis and they just happen to be moms, you know what I mean? And like they which is nothing wrong with that, but they've been deemed like the like not necessarily bad. They've been deemed like this is what cannabis consuming should look like. You know what I mean? Like it's okay. Like basically like it's okay if they do it because they fit some type of like aesthetic or whatever, and they're like white women who smoke weed who are cool moms. You know what I mean? Like how do you feel about that, and like how that's not like, of course there's moms everywhere that smoke weed that are happen to be white. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that it becomes a problem when that's looked at as okay, but a black woman smoking weed and her child happens to be in the house could go to jail for that. You know what I mean? Like, how do you think that we get away from that, or how do you feel about that?
I mean, I obviously feel the same way a lot of us, people of color feel about it. I feel like it's, it's fucked up, it's unfair, and kind of like a lot of other things in this country, like it's not really set up for us to win, or we're not being looked at very highly right now. How we could fix it, I would love to have a sure solution to that, but I mean, kind of what I spoke on earlier is just what I see as kind of like the fight of like what we can do to kind of make an impact in the meantime of trying to find a real solution. But I mean, I say the most we can do right now is just kind of like do what we can to put more of us in positions.
Educate more.
Yeah, educate ourselves more, and
stay tuned for that, because he's gonna have some educational videos on this stuff.
For sure. Definitely stay tapped in. And I think if more of us would just kind of like educate ourselves and just show that we are educated and we do really care about this shit. And I mean, also if some of us would put some money up in it, there's some, we got some money out there, and a lot of us that smoke got some money. Yeah. So, I mean, I'd love to see more stuff like that, because a lot of people out there got strains and stuff like that. I see that's getting real popular. I'd like to see more people be a little bit more hands-on, or maybe even go deeper, like start a company instead of just having like a strain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I said, provide some more jobs for some more people. Yeah. Like just go a little bit more deeper on it. So you can, you know what I'm saying, start some more branches, and let some more people get some hands on it.
Mm-hmm.
More of us just need the opportunity to just get in, get our hands in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. How do you think, or what do you think it looks like federally across the United States? Do you think this is like a good or bad thing if it goes federal?
I mean, ultimately, I think it's a good thing if it goes federal right now. In the back of my mind, I do say though that if it were like a sudden thing, it would be kind of chaotic, just because it would be just like an uproar. People would just be going wild. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because that would mean, well, depending on, because I'm sure the laws, if it went federal, the laws on it, I'm sure would be tight.
Yeah.
Like because right now, for those of you who don't know, right now, because it's only like legal state-wise, like even though Washington, Oregon, California, Nevada are all right there in the same area, they have their borders touch. You can't sell cannabis from California in Nevada. Like they can't, like
Cross
if you're
state lines,
if you're a farmer in California, you can't sell across state lines to another state right now, because even though both those states are legal, they're legal in those states. So I'm wondering if federally that would go away, or if they would be like, you still can't do this, because it'll still be up to the states if they want to make it completely legal. You just can't get in trouble federally with it if you have it.
Right. I think it would just be all go. That's why I think it would be kind of a little chaotic, because if it just went straight legal federally right now, then like you said, it'd just be up to the state. But I mean, you can cross state lines. You're not gonna get in any federal trouble anymore.
Yeah, and you can bring it back.
Right. But I think that's a good thing. It needs to, because we need to be able to access different, you know, cannabis from different climates in different parts of the country. People in Arizona, I mean, Arizona's got legal cannabis, I'm pretty sure, but
I think they do now.
Yeah. But people in Arizona might want some cannabis from Washington.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They might want something from Denver.
Do you think we'll be able to ship, or you think like we'll be able to order offline
it's
go
gonna
over state
happen.
lines?
It's gonna happen eventually. I just think that
Amazon's probably gonna get in on that.
Of course they are. I think they've already made some kind of move and said that they were gonna back it in some way, shape. They stopped drug testing their employees, I believe, which is like a first step. Which is like, you know, on a federal level and a bigger level that Amazon is. That's all they could really do, to basically say like, yeah, we're green.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, this I kind of asked this question without even looking down on my notes, but where would you like to see the country in regards to cannabis legalization?
Yeah, just I'd like it to see federal, but I'd like to see it it's got to be regulated to some extent. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to have access to dispensaries and to the legal,
but like also at an affordable price, because some of these dispensaries be running the fuck out.
Yeah,
they be running out.
But something, maybe it's just me just hoping for the best, but something that just tells me that it's not going to be bad if they were to go federal, or when they do go federal, on the prices, because the access to it is going to be higher. Like, it's going to be easier to access. You know what I mean? So I can't really see the prices going up, because it's going to be everywhere. You know what I mean?
How do you think like street or is going to be?
The trap's never going to die.
Yeah.
The trap's never going to die.
The trap never dies.
There was, whenever I was working in dispensaries and working in the industry and shit, there was always those people who would come in and they hated it. They didn't want to go to some, you know, weed man, because they haven't used that option. Say they're like a older person. They don't have that same, you know, weed man. There's no like there's no 55-year-old weed man that you call. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas stop doing that shit.
Yeah.
Like, after a while. So like, they have to go to the shops or whatever, but they would hate it. You know what I mean? There's people of all ages that would just come in there and just like, you can tell they hate it. They wouldn't want to fucking get their ID scanned, or like they always had some kind of problem. Like, they just they had a nasty attitude. They wanted to just get their shit and just get the fuck out. Like,
I mean, order it online then. A lot of dispensaries offered that.
You would think.
You walk in, you get your shit. You still got to show your ID, of course, but like you did all that shit online. Mm-hmm. I don't know. We've both worked at dispensaries. I've worked in reception at a dispensary, and people would come in literally all the time and refuse to show their ID. And I'm like, well, you literally can't be in the building if you don't show your ID, like at all. We can't even, because there's lobbies, like you're not entering immediately into a dispensary 9 times out of 10. So, you can't even be in the lobby if you don't show your ID. And a lot of people don't realize that, especially if the dispensary that you are at is medical as well, they're covered under HIPAA. So any information that goes in their systems can't be like released. Like your job's not going to find out you came to a dispensary when you go visit. Like they're not going to find out.
Yeah, people would ask me that all the time.
Yeah.
People would ask me like, so like I'm here for business. Just visiting for business. Like, is my job gonna find out like I bought weed? Like, no, they're not.
No,
they're not.
No.
Even some of them, it's very rare that they use debit card. But even the ones that would use debit card, they like on your bank statement, it's not gonna say, dispensary or whatever, like weed shop. It's not gonna say.
It's not gonna say.
It's not gonna say. Yeah, it's not gonna say anything in relation to cannabis at all. Like they make it a totally different name that is something that's not cannabis related.
Yeah. So, if you ever worry about that, don't, because your information is safe in a dispensary. Nobody's gonna sell anything like.
Yeah, if you're in that legal world, you're good. And that's why I kind of just want that for everybody. Like, that's where I want the future of it.
Access to it.
Access to it if they want to do it. I have no problem. The trap ain't going to die. I have no problem with that. Like, it's let it live on.
But not everybody knows somebody who can get them that.
Right, or so not everybody's trying to do that. People are busy. People are doing shit. Like, I hate having to call somebody.
Yeah.
I'd much rather just have to be able to just go to the store.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So, with all that being said, now I'm going to give you this or that questions. Quick round. Okay. This or that. You answer. We go. Okay?
Ready.
Indica or sativa?
Indica.
Okay. Blunts or joints? Or anything like bong hits, dabs?
Joints all day.
Joints all day. Let's go. Okay. Wake and bake or high before bed?
The wake and bake for me. Yeah.
For sure. High before bed is great.
Yeah.
But
that wake and bake.
You're going to sleep. You wake and bake, you get up, you get beam, you get hungry, you eat.
That shit starts the day off right every time. The wake and bake beam definitely hits different.
For sure. Okay. Best place you've got from weed? I'm clearly beam. Best place you've got weed from?
Best place I've gotten weed from? Probably that weed I got in Las Vegas that we went, or the time we went to California from the cookies in LA, Melrose, for your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, around 420.
Fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the first one?
Las Vegas. It was called Secret
visit?
Weapon. Whenever we went to go visit Las Vegas, I remember the strain. It was called Secret Weapon.
We visited and didn't live.
Yeah. Before we moved there, we visited Las Vegas and we hit the dispensary then. Yeah, and we smoked it. It was called Secret Weapon.
I remember 91 Sisters.
That was
if y'all want to watch that Vegas vlog that we're talking about where we got so high, go to our joint YouTube channel, Keep It Rolling, and watch that video on there. It's hilarious.
We got real stoned.
Yeah. We had a good time.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the most weed you've smoked in one sitting?
In one sitting probably would be I think we got a beach house for 420 for Avi's birthday a couple of years ago, and I think we sat and smoked 1.25 ounces, so 35 grams in one sitting with a group of 5. Yeah,
it's a lot of weed.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't there. He didn't love me then.
You were like probably gone.
Anyway, What's the highest you've ever been? If you say
Oh.
that, I'm gonna fucking punch you. Just
No,
kidding.
that's not the highest
Not
I've ever been. The
violent.
highest I ever been was when we went to Vegas that time.
That's definitely the highest I've ever been.
Yeah. I think that's
That
the only time that
and
we couldn't smoke all the weed we had. Like,
no,
we
we
just
didn't.
couldn't. We weren't able
we
to.
weren't able to, and we
We
ran out of
tried.
time.
We had a real early flight. We had that super red eye, that early fucking.
It was like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
flight.
And we were up till like 1 trying to smoke.
And then we woke up and smoked some more, trying to get rid of it. We
We
literally
could
had
not-
to leave 2 joints.
We bought too much weed. Y'all. We couldn't even smoke it. That's probably the highest I've ever been, though.
Definitely the highest I've ever been.
Yeah.
But also competing, 2 more competing. Can I tell you?
You got 2 more?
2 more
Close?
competing. Yeah.
All right.
Next, I think would be, fuck, what was it? Oh God. 3.
Go ahead.
Okay. When we hotboxed that tent.
Oh my God. We hotboxed
A fucking
small
tent
camping tent
in the middle of our living room.
Yeah, in our apartment in Las Vegas.
So high.
Yeah,
That, and then
that was fun.
When we went to that party at Mike Tyson's ranch or mansion in Vegas.
Oh man, yeah. I worked for Redwood Cultivation, which is out in Las Vegas, and
No,
they
that wasn't it.
yeah, it was a Redwood party. That's how I got like I was working for Mike Tyson them then.
No, I know you were, but the party wasn't because of that. It was like the YouTubers party.
That's right. Okay, so it was the
Yeah.
YouTubers party that we went to, like a influencer, like
Yeah.
a cannabis influencer party.
Yeah, it was at the Mike Tyson Ranch. You just happened to work for the company that also sells
Yeah.
his weed
Right.
or grows his weed or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was lit though.
Yeah, that shit was lit. There's one more other time that we got so beam. God, when was it? Vegas, tent, Tyson, which all 3 I guess are in Vegas. I don't know. I can't remember the other one. I must have been that high.
Yeah, we've definitely had some fucking super high times.
It's very high times. We still do though. Okay. Favorite munchie snack or like food?
Potato chips.
Potato chips. You do love you some potato chips.
I do.
What's your favorite potato chip?
Sour
Potato
cream and
chip.
onion.
Huh?
Sour cream and onion.
Sour cream and onion?
Yeah.
Okay. Mine's regular. I just like regular chips most of the
Okay.
time. Any stoner pet peeves?
Stoner pet peeves. Just if you don't bring weed to the session, that's awful.
Awful. Don't do that. Don't be that person.
Yeah, if you don't bring weed to the session, that's awful.
Do
That's
not be
definitely
that
a huge
person.
no. I'm definitely not gonna. I'm
Ever
not
smoke
gonna
with you
want to
again.
smoke with you again.
We have to tell that story. Please tell that story without
What's
using
one?
names.
What story?
If
From
you
Vegas?
even remember the names. Yeah.
I don't even remember the names.
Let's just say we usually don't do this, but like we decided to give somebody the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
We connected with this. We linked up with this couple that had recognized me in the dispensary I'd worked at from our
Videos.
vlogs and our videos that we used to put up.
Yeah.
And
Which was kind of cool.
Yeah, which was dope. That was the first time that had happened to me, so that was dope. They were cool. So, and I used to sell to them all the time in the dispensary, so they were chill. They tried they said they wanted to link up. So we link up with them. We go over there, and long story short, they didn't have any weed to offer.
None. We bought Rell like rolled up a
Yeah,
good
I
amount of
pre-rolled.
joints. We brought like 4 or 5 joints because if y'all know us and y'all smoked with us,
You know we
y'all
keep some
know
rolled on deck. I came
we
there with like
smoking.
5 of them rolled up.
So we thought it was a sesh because that's what the
That's what
premise
they
was. That's what they said.
and of course I didn't invite ourselves. Like I didn't,
Right.
invite
They invited
my,
us over.
Yeah.
And we show up. And mind you, the girlfriend, I've never met these people because I didn't work at the dispensary. The girlfriend showed up an hour and a half after we got there. I'm surprised we didn't fucking leave. Honestly, like I said, we were giving them the benefit of the doubt. It was insane. So he's like playing music on the TV, which if you're that person, that's fine. But he was playing music that we don't listen to on the TV, and he goes and gets his bong, which has a little bit of weed in it, and goes, "Y'all can hit this if you want."
Like, nah, man,
No,
I'm good, dog. I'm
we're
good.
not
I don't know
hitting your
where I
bong.
don't know where that came from.
Right.
I don't know how
we
long.
don't know you like that.
Yeah, like that's starting to look like that's all you have.
Right.
And like no disrespect, but like, bro, keep that to
So-
yourself for after we leave. Like,
So the girl comes up. The girl comes back, or the house, gets to the house, and she goes, "I'm so sorry I'm late." She goes into their room or whatever, and we're thinking, okay, she's getting weed. She comes back with nothing and just sits on the couch. I texted him so fucking quick, and I was like, we gotta fucking go. Don't even spark up another one, because this is fucking ridiculous.
yeah, we had to
We
get up
never
outta
talk to
there.
those people again. Ever.
Yeah. Hey, we gave it a try. We gave them a try. Didn't work out.
Yeah, so don't be those
Definitely
people.
learned that lesson the hard way. Yeah, don't be those people who don't bring no weed to the session.
And don't bring like, I mean, okay, if all you got, if you're ever smoking with us or anybody who smokes a lot, and all you got is one joint or whatever, that's fine. Just be on. That's what we're gonna smoke. We're gonna smoke your joint, and we're gonna smoke my joint, and then that's gonna be it. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be what it is. But you just can't be just.
Yeah, we're adults now. I mean, you're just not
Yeah.
getting smoked out. That's the bottom line. Like
That's the
it's
bottom
just, you got to come with it. It is what it is. I ain't gonna be, disrespectful or try to fucking embarrass you or anything like that. But just don't be that person.
Okay. So, last question.
Let's go.
If you could put how you feel about cannabis into one word, what would it be?
I would say dedication.
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 Okay. Can you elaborate?
I think at this point, I just feel like it's something I can't let go of. Like something I can't kind of like shy away from or act like I don't fuck with or act like I don't, I'm not passionate about, you know what I'm saying? Like it's something
Passionate could be another one.
yeah, I mean, it's something that changed my life and I believe changed a lot of people's lives. And, I just feel like we do this. We have a natural, talent for this. So I feel like why not use that to try and, spread the message and also share experiences with other people because, other people may, other people do have stories and stuff of how it, affects them like that. Insane.
Yeah.
So
I love that. So
yeah.
one more question just came off the top of my dome.
I got
Where
you.
do you see this series going? What's your vision for seeing the series? So maybe, when people see this, maybe they can, if they know somebody or whatever.
The vision. Ultimately, I want to change, how people perceive cannabis. And I'd love to see this going to where I interview, somebody like Snoop or fucking, Currency or somebody Wiz or somebody like,
Yeah.
Rick
Seth
Ross.
Rogen,
You know what I'm saying?
anybody.
It's just anybody who is big on that level.
Burner.
And just, talking to them all, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like about cannabis and about anybody, honestly. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're a consumer and you feel like it affected you in a, in a positive way and you got a story to tell, I mean, I'd love to sit down and talk to you.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's where I really see it going. But
yeah,
hey, we gonna keep it rolling.
we
We're gonna keep
it
doing it.
rolling.
And I mean, I'd love to, hear everybody's experiences and stuff. And if you got any, experiences and stuff you want to, you've got any stories you want to share, you can definitely comment. You can message me. I'm definitely reach out to me. Underscore Rell Jordan on Instagram. YouTube, of course, is Rell Jordan, and you could definitely underscore Rell Jordan on Twitter. You definitely reach out to me, and what I'm saying, we can talk. I love to talk cannabis all day.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely does. He loves. He's passionate about this.
No
So
cap.
make sure you like and subscribe and comment and share this video so people can start subscribing. Make sure you subscribe as well if you're not already subscribed.
Yep.
Yeah, and make sure you also go to our other channel that we share, Keep It Rolling, and subscribe there as well for more content of us.
Definitely.
That's where I'll be.
So, hey, tap in on both. We got a lot of stuff coming. So stay tuned. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. And, hey, as always, tell them, babe.
Keep it rolling.
Peace.